Test 1 2.
Oh.
Test 1 2.
POP, all the time.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am Creole, one half of Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Bitcoin, Polkadot, and Cardano. Before I jump into the article, I'm gonna wait a couple seconds, let some people trickle in. Polkadot parachains around the corner. They are imminent.
Mom, I love you.
All right. Today, I wanted to discuss with you Polkadot Mainnet is live. Exciting news, right? It's a key milestone for Polkadex and the start of a new era for DeFi and Web3. This is a press release released by Polkadot about 5 days ago, but a really exciting news in this article. And if you're holding the PDEX token, some information you definitely need to know. I'm going to bring it to you today. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the announcement here. Exactly a year after the idea of Polkadex began to take form, the Polkadex blockchain is now live as a public solo chain built on Substrate. Soon, the main components of Polkadex, including the Polka IDO Launchpad, Polka Pool, and Polkadex Order Book, will be launched onto the mainnet. Now, before that can happen, the community must secure the network by migrating their PDEX from Ethereum to Polkadex and stake their native PDEX, either by validating the network or nominating others to do so. Once they have migrated the PDEX, stakers can start to earn returns on their Polkadex for their participation in the security operations of the network. And they have a little video here. I won't play it. It's a very short segment that shows the launch of the mainnet. So we'll go into the rest of the announcement, and it's going to follow a couple key points with the release of the mainnet. Okay, first we're going to talk about what the mainnet means for the project. Okay, where you can access the mainnet, how to migrate your PDEX token to the mainnet, how the migration works, and then finally we'll discuss what's next for the Polkadex project and team. So, what exactly does mainnet mean? As the trading engine for Web3 and DeFi, Polkadex is an expansive project made up of a complex combination of innovative solutions, all built on top of the Polkadex blockchain. When we say mainnet, we are referring to the main network or the Polkadex blockchain. This is the foundation upon which the rest of the Polkadex components are built and unto which the different components will gradually be released. Now, when the Polkadex blockchain is deployed, it will need to be secured by validators and nominators. Once enough validators and nominators have secured the chain to the point where it becomes stable, other components of the Polkadex project, Polka IDO, Polka Pool, Polkadex order book, etc., will be rolled out onto the blockchain in their own mainnet launches. Now, to make a comparison between Polkadex and, say, a DeFi project launched on Ethereum, it's important to note that the DeFi projects on Ethereum are released onto an already stable mainnet, the Ethereum blockchain, which makes launching a lot easier. Now, in the case of Polkadex, the brand new blockchain will need some time to become as secure, distributed, and stable as possible before any components are launched onto it. Here's another article I suggest reading, and I'll leave all of this information in the description below, that goes into the Polkadex Mainnet Launch 101. Now, moving on with this announcement, where can you access the mainnet? The Polkadex blockchain is now accessible here. There's a link. Create a Polkadex account if you don't have one already by visiting the accounts menu. You can also track the Polkadex network and its validator nodes here, another link. If you're interested in running your own validator node on the Polkadex mainnet, check this guide out. And as a side note here, if you are a part of our Discord group, you're part of the family, if there is anyone in the Discord group that is interested in creating validators, whether it be on Polkadex or any other Polkadot blockchain, Substrate blockchain, let us know. Because we are, I was talking to Michelle, we are interested in possibly funding several different validators. We just don't have the time to set it up. So if you are interested in helping us out with that, join the Discord, shoot us a message, and we'll discuss further. Moving on to the announcement. If you are looking to simply stake your PDEX and nominate other validators, you will find a detailed guide on how to do so in this article below. The staking guide was made for the testnet, but it is helpful. It is a helpful reference since the process is basically the same. Now, I'm going to take a side note here, okay? This is why I'm coming to you live, because I did the migration. We're going to talk about that in a second. And I also began to stake, okay? Here's the Polkadex mainnet network here. You can access this on polkadot.js.org. There'll be links in this article in the description below. Now, I'm going to explain to you why this is so exciting, okay? Right now, I'm under the network tab, under the staking option. Now, if I go over to targets, we're going to click that. It's going to load a list of all of the validators that I am able to stake to or nominate my PDEX to right now. And I just wanted to show you something. Look here at the far right column here. It has a column for returns, percents returns by year. Look at these percentages, people. 193.18%, 193.16%, 187.35%. 191%, 187%. You see the theme right now, right? The early bird gets the worm. And right now, if you begin to stake your PDEX to mainnet, you are making ridiculous amounts of gains right now. And I'm bringing you this information to you early as possible. Now, let's move on to how to migrate your PDEX tokens to the Polkadot main network. Now, in order to participate in the mainnet and start staking, nominating, or validating, you will need some PDEX. If you don't currently have PDEX, you can get some on centralized exchanges like KuCoin and Gate.io. You can also get them on decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, and I believe also 1inch as well. If you have some PDEX already, read on. Now, it's important to remember that PDEX is currently an ERC20 token. However, starting today, or 5 days ago, PDEX will be migrating to the Polkadex network through a one-way cross-chain bridge. Once you have some PDEX, you can migrate it to Polkadex to start staking it, thus securing the network and earning more of it in return. And I just showed you the return percentages right now. Very impressive. Why? Because we're so early. Okay, how does the migration work? In order to migrate your ERC20 PDEX to Polkadex network and turn it into a native PDEX asset, you will need three things. You need a MetaMask browser extension, okay, with your Ethereum wallet with at least $30 in ETH to cover gas. I will let you know you're going to need more than $30, right? There's actually two different gas charges you're going to have to pay. Okay, the first one may be around $15 or $20 just to interact with the Ethereum contract, and then you're going to have to actually execute the Ethereum contract. And on a good day, that's going to be $40 to $80. So if you have a substantial amount of PDEX and ERC20, be prepared to at least have $100 to $150 of Ethereum in your MetaMask wallet just to pay for the fees and the transaction fees and and to be able to communicate with the smart contract, right? Okay, you may need more ETH depending on gas prices at the time that you migrate. Exactly. A Polkadex.js browser extension wallet is second with a Polkadex account. They show you how to create a browser extension and also a Polkadex account and links in this article. Then finally, you'll need some ERC20 PDEX in your Ethereum wallet. So you'll have to, if you don't have any PDEX already, you'll have to purchase it on a centralized or decentralized exchange. At this point, I would recommend purchasing it straight from Uniswap, because if you purchase an ERC20 token on a centralized exchange like KuCoin or Gate.io, the fee to move the PDEX to the MetaMask wallet is going to be substantial, probably around $30 to $35. So keep that in mind. Okay, quick migration guide here. You want to open up the Polkadex.trade/migrate. So once you have all your coins in your MetaMask wallet, we're going to need to migrate them to the Polkadex Mainnet. So you'll click Connect Wallet. I won't go into detail to all of the steps. You can read this. And they also have photos and animations of what to do. And then you'll connect your wallet in step 2. Again, you will also connect your MetaMask wallet and your Polkadot.js wallet. Again, more details here. And once you confirm the transaction on your MetaMask wallet, you'll have to wait until it's processed. Etherscan link will show up, so you will be able to track the transaction on the Ethereum chain, and then it will move into processing on Ethereum to processing on the relayer. Okay. Again, be prepared for the high exorbitant Ethereum gas fees, right? So step 6 here, you want to wait until the migration now button turns from processing on relayer to migrated, okay? While this may take a few minutes, seeing migrated button means the migration is complete, and congrats. I will tell you, if you're going through this migration process, to be patient. Especially during peak hours. We are using the Ethereum blockchain here, so definitely be patient, but you can always see where you are in the confirmations on the Etherscan. And again, they explain this in greater detail than I am right now. But let's move on. Here's some other things that you're going to need to know, especially if you're holding the PDEX coin, okay? Migrated, what's next? Okay, once the migration is done, you'll see it reflected in the balances of your Polkadex and Ethereum wallets. You can even visit the Polkadex app on polkadot.js/apps. This is the site I pulled up here. And while I came back here on polkadot.js.org, what you can do, you can actually click this drop down, and you can see all of the live networks right now in the Polkadot ecosystem, right? So we have been following this. This is why we know which projects to invest in now, because they have live working products. And if they are live, you are able to stake. So we talk about ChainX, you're able to stake. I'm going to talk about Centrifuge in the future, Crust Network, Darwinia, Edgeware, we talk about. So all of these coins are now stakeable, and since you are very early, we are receiving high gains, right? And right now, when I mean high, we are approaching 200% returns. Keep that in mind. All right, so moving on here. You can even visit the Polkadex app on polkadot.js. I just showed you that. Now, this is key. While you will be able to stake your PDEX immediately after you migrate, there is a 20-day lock on transfers in order to minimize the security threat of a potential attack on the migration process. After 28 days or 2001 blocks from the migration, you will be able to make an unlock transaction call. Instructions on this is coming at a closer time. So keep that in mind. If you do this migration, you won't be able to move those tokens for 28 days. So when you migrate your ERC20 to mainnet, make sure that the wallet, the Polkadex Mainnet wallet that you use, is going to be a wallet that you want your coins to stay in for at least 28 days. Okay, moving on, heads up, future validators. While you can use the same account as a stash and controller, it is recommended to use two separate accounts. The 28-day lock on the transfer means that before setting up your validator, you will need to either set up the stash account and controller account as the same account, or wait 28 days to make a transfer between your stash and controller accounts, or migrate twice from the Ethereum to your stash and controller accounts respectively. So this is a unique property in the Polkadot ecosystem, is that they don't require it, but they suggest to have multiple wallets when you are using mainnets in Polkadot, in Kusama, because you don't want all your tokens as a stash and controller. A controller account is the account where the rewards go into. The stash account is the account that you actually use to stake. Now, what this is telling you is that since you can't transfer or make a transaction for 28 days, the stash and controller account in this situation would be the same. So keep that in mind as you migrate to your mainnet wallet. Okay, remember, once your ERC20 PDEX burn transaction has gotten over 15 block confirmations on the Ethereum blockchain, it will be sent over to the Polkadex relayer, which will then credit your Polkadex account with the mainnet PDEX. The migration process might be slow as part of it relies on the Ethereum blockchain, of course, which is known for its slow speeds and high gas fees. I can't repeat that enough. That's very, very true here. Okay, now, while the migration bridge opened 5 days ago, it will remain open until sometime in Q1 of 2022. This gives you plenty of time to migrate your ERC20 and plenty of opportunities to take advantage of lower gas fees. And this is a good point, because as we move into Q4, these Ethereum gas fees are going to get completely ridiculous. Why? Because the price of Ethereum is about to skyrocket, and the network, the Ethereum network, is about to become very congested. Okay, so expect transaction fees to be over $1,000. So that's why we're telling our community now, move your ERC20 tokens now to the appropriate wallets. You want to do that now, because the next 3 months are going to be absolutely ridiculous with gas fees and slow network. Now, this is also important. It is recommended that all PDEX holders, whether holding on a centralized exchange or an Ethereum wallet, migrate as soon as possible to avoid any issues arising from missing the Q1 2022 migration deadline. Okay, so you don't want to miss the deadline. You don't, after this quarter, moving into 2022, you don't want your PDEX coins on Ethereum, because they don't know yet if they're going to allow continued future migrations. Okay, PDEX holders will have to withdraw their PDEX from centralized exchanges and to an Ethereum wallet with a MetaMask browser extension in order to migrate their PDEX. Centralized exchanges will not do the migration for you. So this is something different from a project, say like ChainX, right? If you were holding your ChainX on MXEC exchange, when that migration happened, the exchange actually did the migration for you. So your ERC20 tokens were migrated into the ChainX mainnet token. This is not going to happen with Polkadex. So you need to be aware of this now so you can make these transactions and migrate now. or you're going to be stuck with these ERC20 tokens trying to figure out a way to trade out of them moving into next year. Lastly, in the unlikely event that there are any issues with your PDEX migration, please fill out this form to ensure the PDEX team can fund your Polkadex account with PDEX using a pseudo key. So that's very nice. If you have any issues, they will help you out here. Just another reason why I absolutely love the team over at Polkadex. Okay, there is no need to fill out this form if your migration was successful. This measure exists out of extreme care and just to double and triple check in case there are any issues. Finally, Polkadexers unite. Whether you just came across Polkadex or whether you've been following the development since day one, whether you're already migrating your PDEX or whether you're waiting for the right time, now is the right time. I'll say that. Do it now. Whether you're planning to validate or nominate or just want to be a Polkadex pioneer, the Polkadex Mainnet is waiting for you. So, a lot of information here. The takeaway is we're making about 200% APY on staking Polkadex to the mainnet. If you have the PDEX ERC20 token, you want to get it off of Ethereum as soon as possible. Why? Because of the congestion that's on the horizon and the high gas fees. Do it now. Bite the bullet, pay the $100 in gas fees to make this happen now, because it's only going to get worse. And that's the takeaway. The final takeaway is you want to do it before the end of the year, because we don't know if they're going to have the migration tool open in Q1 of 2022. All right. Let me go to the chat and I will end the live stream. Very short here. Michelle and I have made a pact that we're going to go live every day this week. I've held my end of the bargain. Okay. Michael Swain says, sound good. Thanks, Michael. It's good to see your name again. Crawford. Hi, Crawford. Good to see you again, too. He says, I'm late trying to watch in 2X to catch up. Well, I'm going to end it soon, so hopefully you'll be able to catch up very soon. Again, this is Creole with Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Polkadot, Cardano, and Bitcoin, and the Polkadex Mainnet is live. Very exciting news, high percentages there. And with that, what happens next is up to you. Everyone have a good evening. I'll be live again with you tomorrow, okay? All right, take care.
Oh. POP, all the time.